David, for the show.
This is the part of the show where we blow our wads.
Yep, all the funny shit gets done before we go on air. That's how real radio works. That's how you do it.
This summer, Reverend Peace and Fidd are Wadbusters. I never met a wad that I couldn't bust.
Nuts. I saw this meme today where a young boy is sitting on a bed with the old grandma putting her underwear back on, and she goes, "Now let's go get you that tank of gas. That wasn't so bad." And I thought to myself, she's a handsome woman. That probably wasn't that bad. And he got a tank of gas. Yep. I want a woman that's had at least a baseball team come out of there. At least a baseball team. 9 people. Yeah. I guess in a crutch, I would go out with a woman who just had a basketball team come out of her. But I would prefer a baseball team. Football team, too much. That's 11 guys. Doesn't have to be guys, I guess. But I prefer my women to have been bred repeatedly. Well, how many people are on a hockey team? Does anybody really know?
I was looking that up like today. That's really funny.
I'm not sure, but I know that they can only have like 8 on the ice at a time.
Right, but there's like 75 guys on the team, I think.
On like a AAA baseball team, yeah, there's like 75 guys.
Yeah.
Fuck that
How
old
many
lady
guys-
for the gas. I mean,
How many-
gas is expensive these days, and I come really quick, so
Yeah.
it would be
Right.
fun.
Like, how bad could it be? She's probably a good cuddler.
Just close your eyes and pretend she's a tranny.
Dude, you trimmed up your beard to look presentable. Look
I
at
did.
you. Look at you.
I had to, Peace.
Look at my hair, dude.
I had to present myself. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You're looking very, you're Elvis Costello tonight.
Well, me and Matt Ferg may get activated to the Ukraine. Have to do some CIA work there. You know that guy's a government agent. If you wash with Triology soaps, you get little government nanoprobes that they use on birds all over your body so they can track you just like the birds.
But you haven't heard the birds are fake conspiracy theory, have you?
I'm tying those things together. I'm tying those things together with Triology soap. When we came to Mars, which we call Earth now in World War II, like, I don't know what planet we're going to after this war, but you know, first they had COVID, now we're doing a war. We are going to Ganymede or something. We're going to Europa. We have fucked this place up, and we're off to the next spot. And at the end of 4 years, you know, everything will be different, and we'll be like, oh, the Bernstein beers will just be called the Bernstein Dudes. They won't even be bears.
The Bernstein Theys.
Yeah. We identify as badgers. Sibling 1 and Sibling 2. You know, it's turning out that Philip Dick was right about a lot of shit. It drove him fucking crazy. Yeah, Dick was right. I got all of them cut. I gave a guy a picture that looked nothing like this and said, make me look like this picture of me from the past. And he just cut all my fucking hair off. And then I tipped him. Even though I was like, dude, that was like way more aggressive than I expected you to be. So I told everybody on Facebook I got reactivated as a government agent. I keep them on their toes. I'm thinking of quitting Facebook.
You know, a lot of people say that.
I suspect that you're someone that you're still on Facebook as a new persona, and that's your big joke on everybody. That Fidd Chuli's still there as this one guy. You even gave me a clue the other day, so. But then I was drunk, so it might not have been you.
It wasn't me, Keys. Although, not being on Facebook, I'm sad that I'm not going to be able to squeeze girls' asses in the metaverse.
The metaverse is like, Microsoft did something like this 20 years ago, and it was better than this. It's like the worst thing ever. And then Zuckerberg's like, oh, people are going to want to live here instead of the real world. I don't think so. It's like if anime is for retards, the metaverse is for people... for the retarded people that like anime, then they'll be like, oh yeah, this is great.
I love anime.
Alright. Let's make some jokes. Let's do some bits. Maybe we can get Reverend Auslander on the line.
Broadcasting live from Hypercube Studios, live in the future capital of the live of America's California. This is Time for the Show, live! Episode 192, TFTS Relay Hypercom Firmware Psychoustic Pylon Sub-Ether Update. All your sub-genius goo-haws and hee-haws that you're going to get this week, because those other shows, man, laugh riot, you know what I'm saying? Join us live in the Hypercom community at timefortheshow.com. Click the Discord button. I'm Dr. Fox, your host. I am back. I'm not dead. Any sound effect will do. I think you'll actually have to cut over to like his. What is Fidd on camera?
No, but I
you can't make the Fidd head appear. There's the pre-programmed Fidd image that's there. I believe there's an additional layer. There is a subcontext layer that we apply to a series of filters in the Hypercom live streaming apparatus, and I actually think it's one. It's like says like hide this one to see Fidd. There you go. One image of Fidd, and that's on the preview. Upstairs, you're still seeing me. You guys don't get to see all the what's going on in the madness, but got plenty of madness here for you tonight. In the Hypercom, live from America's Utah, St. Petersburg, Russia. Here's Fidd Chuli. Hi, Fidd. How you doing this week? Welcome to the show.
It's actually Stalingrad now.
And from America's Utah, Las Vegas, hee-haw, here's everybody's favorite 6428 Dolby Peaker, Reverend Pease. Hello, Pease. How are you doing?
That goddamn Pluto's rotation is really fucking up my world, let me tell you.
My penis is in retrograde.
Yeah. The last time Pluto pulled this shit, we had a revolution in 1776. Why does one planet take so long to make a solar circuit?
You know, it was named after Zeus's dog, Pluto.
Yeah.
They used to go out on.
I'm sure that's why.
adventures
I'm positive
together.
that Pluto's rotation is why when I went to Kentucky, Philo shunned me and didn't let me take him out to lunch, and then pretended, oh, after I left, oh, well, yeah, that sounds really good to go to lunch, but I'm already gone. He's dead to me now. I'm sure that's why. I'm positive that Pluto's rotation is why when I went to Kentucky, Philo
That works for me. All right, well, it's time for my favorite part of the show. It's Cube News, all the news that's fit to Cube. I'm back. I'm not dead. I didn't do the show last week. I didn't do the show the week before that. So you're welcome. But I'd like to thank Fidd Chuli and Scalpod and Dr. Ellis and Caller 23 for doing last week's episode, which if you didn't hear it, I'll just tell you
I
this
set
much,
it up.
It sounded great. Number 7.
I set up the whole thing.
Yeah. Pease actually set up the whole show. He texted me while I was dying, if not dead, and said, Dr. Fox, I know you hate to miss the show. You don't like it when we don't do shows, that it literally kills you to not do a show, Dr. Fox. So I'm going to put together a show with Dr. Ellis, and I'm going to take care of it. And Fidd said he'll be there. And, so I actually made it home right before the show, and I crept down to the sub-basement, and I did tie together a pylon and relayed that show on YouTube last week, but Dr. Ellis broadcast it on freethinkradio.com like he always does, like a good boy. And
I took the nap.
And Fidd definitely phoned it in, but that was like the first. You had to like do the show, Fidd. How did that go for you? Because Pease didn't show up. I was expecting Pease to show up and help you do the show, especially after expressing to me, the person in agony and woe, weary, after a battle, asunder, that Pease had said, I'm going to take care of it. He didn't even show up for the show.
No, he normally doesn't eat the marshmallows in his Lucky Charms on account of his blood sugar.
Mm-hmm.
But last week he decided to sneak a few, and he had to take a little nappies, so he didn't make it.
Purple horseshoe syndrome,
I
right?
had the sleepy time.
Why are the horseshoes purple?
But listen, what's all this noise I'm hearing about you being sick? Because my understanding is that you were only gone because you were on a...
Who said I was sick? I said I wasn't here. I said I was dying. I did.
Okay, well, here's the
thing. I
thing.
indicate that I was suffering from an illness? I didn't pick that up.
Well, I guess it's true. I misunderstood because I had thought you were on a
just
secret
going out
mission
and
to the
telling
Ukraine.
everybody that I was sick. You've gone out and
I didn't
told
tell
everybody that Dr. Fox is
If I
ill.
told people that
What
if I
you did.
told people that it was only to cover up your secret mission to the Ukraine to rescue Scoops McNews guy, who you've been asking quite a lot about lately, and I can't believe you, at great expense to yourself.
Thinking. All I could do for the last 2 weeks was think, and I hate that. And
Yeah.
all I could think about was Scoops McNews guy. Because he's
Now, you
slotted.
met somebody new out there, though, who tried to help you, but he might have foiled you in your attempts to rescue Scoops, and that was Romanov Ruskovich.
Oh, I thought it was
He's
El
Russian,
Duce.
right?
No,
Romanov
my new
Ruskovich, the Russian.
bestest pal, Romanov Ruskovich, which brings me to my favorite part of the show. Hey, Peas, what's going on with
Yeah, buddy.
Romanov Ruskovich? Where is he from?
He's from Russia.
Yeah, what part?
The Indian part.
Is Romanov? Well, where is Romanov now? Where in the world is Romanov Ruskovich?
He's in a Russian POW camp that he's been captured, of course, almost immediately, and he is in a Ukrainian POW camp. He has been allowed to call his mother, and he has gotten some vodka shipped to him, and he seems genuinely remorseful about the whole invasion thing. He understood it to be that they were liberating the Ukraine from Nazis, which he understand because all the Nazis are like really super old men. So he thought it would be pretty much a cakewalk and be taking people, out of like 7-Elevens and say, come on, let's go. You're Nazi. You're going out of here. And it turned out that no, there was no Nazis, just a bunch of angry Ukrainians. I heard that you met a Nazi while you were in the Ukraine. He was kind of a nice guy. You guys had chicken Kiev together. Is that true?
Oh, Rome? Yeah, nice guy.
Yeah.
And that's not
Do you
not
think
like
they're going
Rome
to change?
short for Romanov?
Do you think
because that was his last name.
all the restaurants? Do you think all the restaurants that serve chicken Kiev, spelled Kiev, are now going to change it to chicken Kiv?
I don't know.
Now we
When
know
was the last
every time there's a
when was
war
the
or
last
something
time
goes
you
on,
got a box
we
of
realize as
Freedom
Americans
fries?
we spelled something wrong our whole lives.
I was all behind Freedom fries and Freedom rings. That just makes sense. Give me an order of Freedom rings, large, extra large Freedom rings. Okay, I'll take that.
In Russia they have Freedom Beets, and they're deep fried circles of beets. And it's interesting because a lot of people don't understand how much Russian deep fried beets has influenced American hip hop. The whole beet aspect of hip hop is really based on a delicious Russian side dish.
You know why the Russian police are always the first to show up to a protest? Because they love to beat the crowds. Thank you, Reverend 80. It's your credit.
Wow, you slipped one of Reverend 80's clean jokes of the week in there in the monologue. That's awesome.
Oh, is this the monologue?
Monologue.
With all three of us here in the monologue?
Well, there is pretty much one brain between the three of us, so I think that counts.
And it's not a big one either.
We're doing simultaneously.
Squirrels have
so
brains, Fidd. What is going on? Sorry, I'm hearing side chatter. Which brings me to my favorite part of the show. Pizzo Box, where we read actual letters to the show from you. Here, let me put this. You can do this on the air. Do it. There we go. Look, a letter. Dear show, this one's to everybody. I went to see the new Batman movie, but I was very concerned over Hollywood's choice to cast a white man in a black costume. When will they learn? That's from Haywood Jahanjob from Felony, Ohio.
I thought Hollywood's choice was a brand of generic cigarettes.
Hollywood's choice is always 20% less than the other guy. When will they
Wait, what was the question?
When will Hollywood learn? Basically. Peas? You got nothing?
Oops.
Got nothing to say?
Well,
Not gonna leave
I do have
turpentine and
things to
coal
say,
out for
but
Batman.
I didn't want to
this
step
Gotham
on the
City
other
day.
people's monologues. Here's the thing, folks. Hollywood's lost touch with reality. I, the Peas, personally only get entertainment from authorized sub-genius sources. Like, did you know a crack squad of sub-genius commandos called Bob's Warriors flew to the Ukraine and challenged Russians to a Magic the Gathering, free-for-all, winner-take-all? That's the kind of entertainment I look for in my world.
All right, next letter. Dear show, if God is so
didn't even
great
get
and wise,
horn.
why does he keep making so many stupid people? And that's by Patty Abuse of Forlorn, Maine. Well, Patty,
Here's the thing. The thing is smart people cost more money in heaven to generate. Whereas if you have a bunch of small amount of tickets, heaven's a lot like a Chuck E. Cheese. God plays games with Jesus, they get tickets, and then they build souls or human beings based on the number of tickets they've got. And lately they've been so close, neither one of them wants to save up to get an Einstein or a Newton or even a Hawking's on the plate. They're just trying to go with numbers. So they are putting out Fidd Chulies like it's no tomorrow, man. It's just there's no accounting for it. Even Fidd Chuli is more expensive than God wants to invest in a prototype model at this time. So if you've got 100 gaudy cheese tickets, he's building 100 dumb people.
Isaac.
Thanks, Joe Biden.
They named Isaac Newton.
I
after
did
a fake
that.
cookie.
I did that.
Like Isaac Newton gets a fig cookie. What does Stephen Hawking get?
Well, Stephen Hawking's a mixed match. It was like a buy one,
toothpaste
get
tube.
one. We got Einstein, and then they give you Hawking's, because he's only like half a man. He's in the wheelchair. He can't even talk.
Only half a man.
We don't even know if he's smart. For all we know, the computer that talks for him
the
is
whole
fucking smart.
time. He wrote those Star Trek movies. What about Einstein? What does he get?
All the pussy he wants.
Bowl of soup, pie.
That's
Einstein
true.
pie.
Most people don't know that about
What kind of
Einstein.
pie?
Einstein was a terrible womanizer his entire life. And he was married most of his life, and his wife just accepted it. Oh, Einstein's going to go out and get some strange tonight. There's nothing I can do about it. He invented relativity.
If there's anything Einstein's not into, it's strange. He did fuck his cousin.
Repeatedly. Your people said, dude, that's
funny
your
on
cousin.
a lot of levels.
Like, in Florida, if you bang your cousin and you don't know, that's like a pass. But it's bound to be one of your other cousins will be like, dude, you know that's our cousin, right? At that point, you're legally obligated to stop banging her.
Dude, are you kidding me? In Florida, if you fuck your cousin, you get your picture up in the state house.
You get to be governor!
It's not funny. I live here. All right. Dear Romanov Ruskovich, why do they call them video games if they're not on tape? And that's from Carl Frederick Henderson of Los Angeles, Lude, Mexico.
In Soviet Union, we get code for video game on X-rays. And we look at X-ray and then type code into TRS-78. We don't have TRS-80. We have TRS-78. Superior Soviet model. We get it from Casa de la Radio, which I guess it's a Cuban thing, but we could get him very cheaply there for many rubles.
Barney rubles.
Barney rubles. Very funny in Andy Griffith's show.
Hey, what time is it?
Best one.
How far are we in?
Best one. Yes, put it in his pocket so commissars are not accidentally shot.
Oh my God. All right, well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to play Dr. Fox Has Been Shot, the song that you can get for free by signing up for at least $1 at patreon.com/hypercube. I wrote it in 4.5 hours. And when we come back, it's my new favorite part of the show. Stay tuned. You're listening to Time for the Show.
Oh, I like that picture of me much better. Why are you wearing that stupid bunny suit, Bees?
A follow-up now on the investigation into the death of a young scientist shot and killed while walking home from a neighborhood pub.
I was up on the 8th floor, and I hear a bang, and then I saw either a nurse or a resident female come running around the corner saying, he shot the doctor. So I went down probably about 10 yards and made a left, and there the doctor was on the floor in the hallway.
Every now and then I kinda wish I was dead. Hope life one day would drive a spike into my head. Burned with fertilizer or devoured by frogs. Ain't no kind of grand finale I feel can go wrong. But I'm also a coward and a little bit shy. Don't know what to do looking death in the eye. So I plan and scheme to live out my dream. Going out in the biggest place you've ever seen. I'm rolling with the gangsters, snorting, blowing, doing lines. I'm stacking $100 bills while getting parking fines. My homie's crew is falling until I said that word. And those would be the last things from me you ever heard. Birds are crashing, then a boom. Smoke enters the living room. There's no worry anymore. Dr. Fox is on the floor. Tires burning up outside. Witnesses go run and hide. We don't have to call the cops. Dr. Fox has been shot.
Was the doctor aware of what was happening at the time?
Oh, yes.
Okay, he was conscious.
Yes, there was very little blood that I saw. It was basically his left chest area. He shot the doctor. So I went down probably about 10 yards and made a left, and there the doctor was on the floor in the hallway.
I'm rolling with the gangsters, snorting, blowing, doing lines. I'm stacking $100 bills while getting parking fines. My homie's crew is falling until I said that word. And those would be the last things from me you ever heard. First a crash and then a boom. Smoke enters the living room. There's no worry anymore. Dr. Fox is on the floor. Tires burning up outside. Witnesses go run and hide. We don't have to call the cops. Dr. Fox has been shot.
He shot the doctor. He shot the doctor.
The witness tells WJZ they knew the gunman was just feet away.
They said, you either stay or you're going to go. And I said, I'll go. And I got in the elevator and went down to the lobby where police were going up.
Yeah, thanks, bud. You're listening to Time for the Show.
I shot the doctor, but I did not shoot the Fidd Julie.
Check out these prototype Pesium boxes. Look at those, and there's something in there. Wonder what I'm gonna do with that. All right, we are back. It's time for my new favorite part of the show. It's closest to the pin. I've got a list of things here, and we're gonna play a game. Now, as we know, games are something that usually go by super quick, are understood by everybody, super easy, and they're very short bits in the show. That's why I love them so much. So what I've got here tonight is I've got 5 things, and they're questions, and they're all going to tie into each other with the secret theme. Can you figure out the secret theme by the end? We'll see. But we're going to start with Team A, which is my favorite handsome boy. That's Reverend Pease. Pease, please step up to the microphone and pledge your allegiance to Team A.
Team A will destroy all other teams. Team A is where humans live. All other species of teams are subhumans and will be subjugated under the new regime.
And on Team Omega, Fidd Chuli. Fidd Chuli, please step up to the mic and pledge your allegiance to Team Omega.
Welcome, my new servant, Fidd Chuli.
I'm here representing the Omega variant of COVID, the one that's finally going to kill us all.
That's the best one. It's the friendliest variant.
All right, guys. So I'm gonna give you like one of these question type things, and the answer is going to be a number, and whoever gets the closest, kind of Price is Right style. It's expected you guys are gonna go over. But like the closest without going over anything? No, just the closest. Just the closest that you can guess. And these are actual numbers that I looked up today. All right. So here's the first one. This one's really easy. It's a year. And I don't have my score-keeping pen. You're going to have to keep score because I have to read the official questions in the book. So these are funny. You'll like these. Number 1, this is the year that the Disney Corporation released the Swiss Family Robinson movie.
What is 1962?
All right. Team Omega says 1962. Team A?
64.
64. Okay. You want to lock those in? You guys good? Alright, it's the first Disney movie to feature a boy riding an ostrich in the non-homoerotic sense. So it was out at the groundbreaking year of 1960. So that means Fidd is the winner because he was close by 2 years, and Pease was off by 1,902 years. 4 years.
Now it's interesting. Disney did not use the boy racing or racing on or next to an ostrich until they released the great classic Gus about a mule that could kick field goals for a college football team, and it was quite the exciting show, let me tell you. But in that, they also had a boy that could beat an ostrich running in a foot race. So exciting times for Disney, and a reoccurrence of a common theme: ostriches and boys.
Either
riding or
in the rule book where it says a transgender donkey can't kick field goals.
That was 98, Fidd.
Well, it's funny, that's the exact loophole that they used in the classic movie Gus.
Well, I didn't look it up. It was just one of the things that comes up as you look these things up. And it was which came first, Fidd? Homeward Bound 2, Lost in San Francisco, or Air Bud? Which of those movies came out first?
All right, I feel pretty good about this one, but before I answer, I would like to say that Homeward Bound 2, the title should have been Homeward Bound 2, The Dogs Get Put Down. Because at the end of the day, this is a movie about the worst dog owners of all time who own the worst dogs of all time. The dog. They let the
And a
dog
cat.
get lost.
And a cat.
And then in the second movie, they take him somewhere and they let him get lost again.
Again.
It's like, maybe you shouldn't own dogs. That's not the message of the movie. Isn't like how perseverance will triumph.
Home
over
Alone
the-
3 was originally
What
just
about
about a
this?
child
I thought it was
protective
2
services
dogs and a cat.
officer.
Isn't it 2 dogs and a cat? They're just not good with animals.
Yeah. So I think it should be called Homeward Bound 2 Pet Protective Services visits the Gundersons.
ASPCA edition.
That's going to be the 3rd one.
And,
Homeward Bound 3, PETA fucks up your shit.
I'm going with Homeward
You know,
Bound 2.
around that time when those movies were coming out, there was like a movie made in the 60s or the 70s. I think it was Dutch, something like that. And it was Milo and Otis, and it's about a kitten and a puppy. And there's a scene where the kitten falls in the river, and the filmmakers, to accomplish this scene, threw kittens in a river and filmed it. And that's in the movie. So if you ever want to see what an animal in terrifying, agonizing horror looks like, go rent the G-rated Milo and Otis.
Yeah, by today's standards, Milo and Otis is basically snuff porn.
Yeah.
Happy side note is all those animals were offered for adoption through the Burbank Cat and Dog Adoption Society, and many of them went on to not scar and bite their owners and have extensive medical bills from their trauma later.
Yeah,
At
Lord,
least
Lord
3 of
help
them
you
that I
if you
know.
go to the Chinatown precinct.
87 takes to get that shot of the cat falling into the river correctly. 87 kittens, ladies and gentlemen. 87 kittens.
I'm going Homeward Bound 2, and I'm locking it in there, Fox.
That came first.
Yep.
I believe
Well,
you're right.
I came first.
I didn't write that part down. You know, that one wasn't it, but I believe it was. Yeah, Homeward Bound 2 came out.
I'm gonna say
Fidd.
that I remember Air Bud's first performance on the Letterman show before he even was, a famous Hollywood celebrity.
I saw Twiggy,
and he was just
the water
doing,
skiing squirrel, live.
but
I did.
Air Bud was originated on
What did you get to see?
Human.
Did you see Twiggy,
Correct.
the water skiing fucking squirrel, live? Had a little boat pulling him around and everything. It was great. They love it.
Just
Look
because
across to
you
see
put a
that.
couple of framing nails through a squirrel's feet into a board and drag it along the water doesn't mean it's water skiing.
How much do you think that guy made on that squirrel during the life of that?
During what the life
Like,
of
that
the
was good
squirrel.
living for a couple years.
This is Twiggy 3. Twiggy Jr. didn't end up so good. Years of inbreeding of water skiing squirrels.
It's the desire to have water skiing squirrels is why the government limited them
Have
as
you
an
ever seen
animal
a pig
species and
race?
replaced them all with robot drones.
Have you ever seen a pig race?
I have.
Those are great.
But I beat
They're a little bit more humane.
Julie
They're
at
just
each
funny.
length of the race.
Fidd race. I would like to see Fidd go up against like 5 suckling pigs. To the trough. All right, question number 2.
Sounds like Japanese porn.
Swatch introduced this many models of swatches in 1983. Swatch stands for second watch.
It's kind of a trick question because the swatches at that time had interchangeable bands and little rings that went around the swatch itself. So I think they advertise
it's not like a Waffle House cheeseburger combination number. It's
no,
not
I think they advertised at the time that
366,813.
there was 150,000 different combinations of
Sure,
Swatch
but
watch.
there are, this is a reasonable amount of marketable models, the actual models of swatches that were released in their first run.
23.
All right. Fidd Shuley?
23.1. I'm going high in case he's low.
You're gonna go for that experimental number, the experimental model. It's just a floor show variant. This one's not for sale. The answer is 12. So Pease actually
Makes me
gets
the
that
winner.
one. Pease gets a point. And Swatch stands for second watch. If you figured out the secret theme yet, here's number 3. I keep thinking about because I read this now. Okay.
We never gave the answer to the second question.
Yes, we
which
did.
Was the
Yes, we did.
Homeward Bound and Air Bud. We didn't.
I won.
I did
win
that one too, so I have a point for that too, because I said Air Bud was too long because it was on David Letterman before it was even a movie.
Yeah, but it was one long, not 2. It was just one long.
Fucking, this is just
number
like, is it a
3.
band? It's fixed.
Number 3. Nestle, the corporation, the family,
They like water.
has this many factories around the world. Nestle has this many factories around the world.
The world is Nestle's factory. We own our factory. We work with Romanov Roskinskevich. He's Russian.
I'm also gonna go 1, and it's my asshole at about 9:07 a.m.
You remember those Play-Doh commercials where the kid would just push down on the lever and just go, ah! It pooped out that bubble star.
Do you remember the Play-Doh mascot was like this little artist guy made out of Play-Doh?
If
He
you
had like
could-
this
if
blue
you could
hat
eat
and a
like
red
a
jacket.
box of oat bran and then go get a colander. You take a cheese grater into the bathroom. It's like confetti. Eat a bunch of green food coloring. A flower for the lady. The answer was 447 factories in 189 countries, but that is according to their 2014 annual results. So that that could just be a lie.
How many in the
447
Ukraine?
Nestle
How many in the
factories.
Ukraine?
None anymore.
Oh! We make a war
Snap,
joke!
crackle,
It's so
crunch.
funny! We
Okay.
are edgelords!
Number 4. This
This is a wonderful game.
is a fun game, Peas. It's a fun game. Minecraft,
Did Julie get...
which is a computer program, right? Minecraft has sold this many million copies. Now, Peas, you're very familiar with Minecraft. What's your favorite song by them?
You know any of the dances? I'm not familiar with... That they're like a spin-off of that group Kraftwerk, right?
Yeah, but they don't work a lot. They just push like the same button over and over for an hour and charge $85 for that.
Oh, that's Devo.
Yeah, but at least they got the treadmills. And the funny hats.
The treadmills would be funny, and they would be awesome if they actually generated the electricity to fucking power their instruments. I call it tripe and
Tripe?
barely art.
Who, Kraftwerk or Devo?
Good day to you, sir.
This is a tough one. I'm trying to think
Two.
which has sold more copies, Minecraft or Hitler's autobiography.
Yeah, that's actually, that should be comparable. Yeah, we should look that up. Can we get the stats on that, on how many copies of Mein Kampf chair have been sold since, what do you want to say, since like publication? Is that fair?
Aren't those numbers inflated like Dianetics, though? Don't the Scientologists inflate Hitler's autobiography like they do the Dianetics book? They just buy them and then they resell them.
Justin Trudeau buys millions of copies of Hitler's autobiography every year just to keep it on the bestseller list.
Yep. He passes it out at truck stops at the border.
Yeah, they told me the Bible was the best-selling book of all time, and I'm like, dude, they give them away for free.
Enjoy them while you can, folks. Canadian trucker jokes aren't going to be funny by next week.
Honk, honk.
We got to get them in now. I'm going to go Minecraft copies sold. I have no scope of reference on this. I'm just
Sure.
going to say...
How many
I'm going to
millions,
say
millions of copies?
10 mil.
Yeah, that's a good guess.
I'm going to say it's one more than that. 10 million and one.
Peas, did you just buy a copy of Minecraft just now? You son of a bitch. All right. You're playing dirty. That's
well,
cool.
he's not
That's
going to buy
okay.
a fucking book, Fidd.
I'm pretty sure I saw a copy of Mein Kampf for only $5 on eBay.
Yeah, what's the
other
Kindle?
day.
What's the Kindle version of Mein Kampf selling for? Here's some light reading for you. Do you
I read the
how
Cliff's
many-
Notes version.
do you
Graphic
have the
novel
numbers
out of
for
that.
Mein Kampf?
I do.
Okay. The answer was 238. 238 million copies of Minecraft have been sold. How many copies of Minecraft have been sold?
Oh. I don't think they can hear me, so I'm just gonna tell you it's
Uh-huh.
12.
12 million. Wow. Negligible.
So I think there's an interest to make a graphic novel
Fidd
out of
guessed
it. I
10
think there's
million
still a market
copies of
for...
Minecraft. So he was on, so, a reasonable guess at how many
I did
people
10 million
have
and
read a
one.
book.
He does get it. He said 10 million.
He gets it. He said 10 million and one. It was 238 million. So Peas was the closest.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Peas, you win on that one. That's a point for Peas. All right. All right. Question 5. Have you guessed the secret theme yet? All right. Number 5. This is the year that British food store Waitrose once again started selling pork faggots.
True. Lock it in.
Wait, what?
I said true.
True. Okay. You're in.
And peas is frozen peas.
Frozen peas
Yeah.
on the food
Faggots
joke.
mean sticks. That means sticks, so it's pork sticks. I'm in the affirmative as well. That is a true thing. Because pork faggots, as we all know, are indicative to the Midwest. Pork sticks.
So what do you say, Peas?
That Really great gay bar name.
And we
Yeah, that's true.
Peas is. I think we're getting ready for a song break. So Peas can restart his computer. But yeah, 2014, British food store Waitrose once again started selling faggots by the tens of millions. And faggots, as you know, is a put-off, kind of a send-off of a like a Baltimore cannonball, which Fidd Julie has told us about, which I believe was he consisted on a diet purely of cannonballs for about 2 or 3 years, right, Fidd?
Yeah, a Baltimore cannonball is a real thing. They eat it there, and it's raw ground beef and raw chopped onions. You just ball it up in your hand and eat it like a man.
And if you cook that, it's not technically a faggot because it's beef.
No, if you cook it, then you're a faggot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Faggots
It does cost $75
are
to get
made
the girl
of
to feed it
pork
to you.
hearts and livers that are wrapped in bacon, sometimes wrapped in bacon, and rolled with onion and breadcrumbs, and then cooked. They are cooked.
That's how you podcast, Joe Rogan.
This is how it's done. We're speaking the truth. Tens of millions of faggots have been sold every year since 2014. They are the thing about like British food.
It's been porked.
Europe is like America's Asia. You know what I'm saying? It's just deplorable over there. The things that they eat. Have you ever seen British food?
Capers.
Like the Asian cultures, they eat every part of the animal, right? Everything: bone, connective
Even
tissue,
the balls,
marrow, feet, the balls,
bone.
everything. But over in Europe,
the faggot sticks,
America's Asia, they only eat like the garbage parts of the animals, like steak and kidney pie.
Yep. They throw the rest of it out and just eat the kidneys.
There's no meat in a mincemeat pie.
What's that?
What the fuck is that? This is why we need to be glad we are over here with like a constitution and morals and ethics.
Yeah, we're not overrun by
food
minsters.
regulations. Yeah. We don't need your faggots over here.
You choose a bard? Does anybody choose bard as the character?
Let's go to a song. We'll play the Rubik's Cube song. When we come back, it's more time for the show. Stick with us. I dare you. That one. No, not that one. The other one.
Please, you need to power cycle your radio.
Just great and
You're watching / listening to Time for the Show, a production of Hypercube Laboratories. Find out more at www.hypercubego.com. We broadcast this show every week on freethinkradio.com. Thanks to Martha, Artha, and Dr. Ellis for hosting that. And we're made in part by In Whole, like you be in my hole at Patreon, like these guys. Reverend Redkins or Reverend Loch Ness, Subject T Change, and Agnes Beef, and Bob South, and Michael Marcus, and Trenchy, and Agent Lloyd, and Hits Jen, and Negative at Night, and Long Dead, Negative at Night, Thursdays at 10:30 on freethinkradio.com. Long Dead, Scowpod, Hazel of the Windmills, Couch Sloth, Caller 23, Reverend 80, and I'm a Subgenius, and Dr. Cosmac, and Apostasy X Fenord. Be a good boy, and handsome like them. Go to patreon.com/hypercube today. All right, we're back with more Time for the Show. freethinkradio.com. I'm not dead. I'm not dead.
I think I had doors on,
came
but I
back.
know he had the clock on.
He's having some handsomeness insecurity issues, and he's back without his cam on, and also.
Yeah, well, if you Fidd, if you stay on camera for the next couple of minutes, this is the last few minutes of the show. It's the best part of the show. What
Are you tricking me into apologizing?
No, we're gonna go to my favorite part of the show. Proving Grounds, where we're going to go over some of Aster 6's picks for wacky headlines and see what kind of goofy shit we can come up with off the top of our noggins. I know I say don't think, and we're going to prove to you why you shouldn't right here, right now.
Yeah, we got you now, Peace.
Peas, you coming in about 10 by 38?
Yep.
You're good.
It's okay. Yeah. You don't have to see him. You don't have
I'm
to see him.
fine.
Peas on his home internet line doesn't compare to Fidd's cell phone.
It's
DSL
all I got,
all the way.
okay? It's all I got.
DSL.
Dat
sure do,
street
Peas.
line. What?
I can't hear you.
You can't hear Aster 6?
We can hear her.
But did you talk into that microphone? The audience can't hear you if you don't talk into that microphone.
They don't deserve to hear you, Aster 6.
Have you? I don't know. Well, try it again.
That's right. Now that it's the last 10 minutes of the show, it's time for the sound
Time
check.
for the sound check.
Check, check, check.
Talk into the microphone.
All right.
Is it
Okay.
on?
Yeah.
Switch is on. Talk into it.
I don't have any
I'm
cash
talking
on me,
into
but
it.
would you accept a sound check?
I'm talking into it. All right, fine. Well, I
Give this to the ballet,
You gotta
young
tell me.
missy.
You gotta tell me.
when am I? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Right.
All right. Here we go.
All right. A Florida man has been killed by a pet cassowary.
A what? A casserole?
A cassowary.
98% of Floridians look up the word cassowary on Google.
I was working on a pun for be wary, oh cassowaries. That's all I had. I know what they are. They're terrifying little murder
dinosaur.
birds.
Yeah, they're murder birds.
Yeah, dinosaurs.
Be
Dinosaurs.
fucking
very,
dinosaurs.
very
They
careful
are
with hunting
raptors.
cassowaries.
They will mess you up in a. Well, they killed a man.
His pet
Just to watch him die
cassowary.
in Reno.
Yeah,
What,
he had
cassowary.
cassowary.
A cassowary.
A cassowary in Castleberry.
What Was it
That's like
Castleberry?
Ginger,
No,
Marianne,
That'd be funny.
That would be
Because anybody
funny.
that lives there deserves that.
the millionaire, Gilligan, and the skipper. Those are the castaways, right?
Tom Hanks has been denied bail.
That was for bees. That was.
Something has to come out of these, you know.
We have endangered sharks found in pet food.
There's
I just-
I got
Probably.
That's the joke.
Probably.
seafood egg rolls prices explode. I mean, a Chinatown
Chinese
joke earlier.
restaurants bemoan the cost of shark fin tunas.
Producers of Baby Shark looking to expand their demographic beyond young humans.
God
Pet
damn,
food.
well played.
You know they're coming out with a fucking movie about that song, right?
Oh.
Drake wrote that song.
They're coming out with Baby Shark, the movie.
about emojis.
Do you know that song is one of those songs I was telling you that really was influenced by Russian beats?
If only emojis could like convey more than one word at a time. If only they could speak. I'd watch a movie about that.
The
That guy
emoji
at
movie.
Pete's
Wait,
girlfriend in here. We'll have him do it.
One emoji is worth 1,000 dead brain cells.
we should make an emoji movie where we just have emojis streaming across the screen. And people will be like, "What's it mean?" No one knows. It's brilliant.
That's like any other YouTube live chat. That's all that is. It's just a series of hieroglyphs of flashing racist imagery. It's okay. Twitch is
Silly
gonna stop
Buddy
that.
smells good.
All right, some Seattle thieves have stolen a forklift to steal a ATM.
We stole the
Meth
forklift
addicts
to
complained
steal the
their
ATM.
culture was appropriated.
Yes.
Chaz Bono looking for forklift.
Unfortunately, they stole the ATM that they took all the money out of to buy the forklift.
Harvey Weinstein caught smuggling milk duds into jail.
It's just shit, he claims. Taste it.
Harvey Weinstein didn't eat himself to death.
Think of all the things you could smuggle
You
into
got
fucking prison.
hypoglycemia, sir.
Cocaine, little blocks of heroin, things that would make your life easier. Harvey's smuggling fucking milk duds up his keister. What if when you get him out, you fucking mix him up with other keister stuff that's in there? Is this a dud or is this a fucking pellet?
He's got enough residual cocaine in his system, in his like fat folds that
He's just like,
soaks
smell
in-
my
it
armpit,
smokes-
dude. I
it-
swear
yeah.
to God, you'll get high.
Exactly. That's what
It's
the milk
not-
duds are for. Is they're gonna absorb all of that in his gut, you know, his microbiome, and then he's gonna eat them again. He's gonna get so high.
He's telling the other prisoners, all you have to do is touch my penis and you'll get high. I promise. You'll be the most famous prisoner in here. I'll make your prison career.
Yeah, you can all laugh, but milk duds do taste better when they're coated with spermicide.
They make my tongue numb.
You got one
That's
more?
funny for anybody. That's funny for anybody whose girlfriend used the sponge back in the 90s. My tongue
No,
is
it's
so
okay.
numb.
No, it's okay. I've got my sponge.
Moving on.
Just fire it in
Giant
there.
spider species is invading Georgia.
Georgia says, well, it beats them gators.
upset over.
It beats them Democrats coming up here stealing our
upset about
votes.
Brown reclusive voting rights.
There you go.
And that's proving ground. It's time for my favorite part of the show, where Pease apologizes. Fidd, you can move your mouth as Pease apologizes. And go.
So I wasn't really sure that I was gonna make this apology, but I wanna preface it out that you have to know the whole story. I got invited to like an oligarch party. I'm sure we've all been to one. They fly you out in the jet. You go to Russia. You eat caviar. You talk shit. And I was with Putin, and I was talking shit, you know. I was a little bit drunk, and I'm like, you're a big pussy. Anybody else would have invaded the Ukraine right now and blamed it on fucking Nazis. Your little pussy ass keeps, swarming troops. And I thought, like, everybody's laughing and pointing at Putin and going, oh, Romanov Ruskovich, he's Russian. That dude was fucking macking on Putin. And I thought he could take it all in good stride, but I'm beginning to think that I might have hurt his feels, and that's the whole reason that he invaded Ukraine to begin with. And for that, I'm kind of sorry. But goddamn, dude, you know, toughen up. You're like the dictator of Russia. You should be able to take a fucking Pease coming over and trying to, you know, ask you about stuff and just making a little fun at your expense. You don't have to invade a whole country. And I guess I'm also sorry because I would think now I've been scared of the Soviet Union / Russia my whole life. I used to hide under desks and shit, worried that you're gonna drop bombs on us and shit. And you can't even conquer Rhode Island in like 2 weeks? I mean, everybody knows Ukraine is like, sure, they grow some wheat there, but it's mostly empty space. How can you have not sealed this deal yet and scared Poland? I just don't get it, man. And I'm sorry. As far as world wars go, this is a pretty piss poor one. I mean, the Nazis took over Poland in like 6 hours, and that was over a bad radio station DJ making fun of Hitler. You guys have had like weeks to do this Ukraine thing. It's sad. Well, here's the thing. We're back on the air, kids. We're probably, with all the, you know, pork faggot jokes and stuff, you'll never be able to hear this show again because the Al Gore rhythm will stop it from in its tracks from ever being on YouTube's or any other thing. But if you know your history and you like borscht, you know the influence that Russian beats has had on American hip-hop, and you'll know that our future is bright. It's almost time for the show's 200th episode. It's coming up quick, kids, and you know we're going to have a super great apology on that show, and for that, I'm prematurely sorry again. Do other men last longer than a couple minutes? That's my apologies. And that's our show.
Well, that means it's time for my favorite part of the show, the end. You've been listening to Time for the Show, a production of Hypercube Labs. Find out more at www.hypercubego.com. Fidd, anything for the kids on the way out?
I'd like to thank the kids once again for keeping our little secret.
And Reverend Pease, any more from you?
No.
All right. We'll see you next week on freethingradio.com and youtube.com/hypercubego. Hit the like button.
No.
You fucking idiot. Love you. Bye.
Fidd, are you old enough to remember the numb tongue that you would get from a woman using the sponge and you doing the cunnilingus?
You mean the spermicide sponge?
Yeah, it would you would make your tongue numb and shit, and you'd be like, I love you so much. Oh, the perfume tastes so good. Mm.
No, because I never dated girls that took precaution against getting pregnant.
All the girls I did took extreme precautions. I do not want more of this shit. I can just get through this 2 minutes. You ever get tapped out? You ever get tapped out while you're doing the cunnilingus where they're like, okay, you're done.
Oh, my neck hurts.
Yeah. No, they just said no, fuck it. Just, I'm finished. You don't need to lick me no more. I'm good.
Well, the thing is, if you come up too quickly after going down on a girl, you can get nitrogen narcosis, also known as the bends. And so that's why you have to gear down. You can't just stop and lift your head up.
Well, while I was in the hospital, there was a woman across the hall, and she was in a coma. And
well, who was giving her cunnilingus?
Well, that's the thing. The guy comes up, and the doctor, I hear him out in the hallway, and he says to her, I said, I've heard that if you go in and perform oral sex, it can bring them out of their coma. And so he goes, all right, I'll give it a try. And they go in, he closes the door. He comes out a couple of minutes later, and the doctor says, how's it going? He goes, Doc, she's choking. It's a true story. I saw it happen.
I am outraged.
Hello, Mr. Rage.
All right,
nice to
eat
meet
these.
you. Are you gonna go
I'm
eat
gonna
your
go
Roman spaghetti?
Street tacos.
What do Russians put in their paschetti?
Romanov, Russian beets. Badass beets that Dr. Drake farmed for him.
The Russians love getting beat so much that they name their food after it. You are what you eat.
No, man, just look at here's Wu-Tang. Here's the big all surrounded around this black package or this brown wrapped package from
they tried to do it.
each other and what?
That got shot.
It opens it up, dude. It's some kick-ass beats from.
Oh, your connection is terrible tonight, Peace.
Oh, be badass. All right, I love you guys. Later.
Yeah, they tried to do a federal vaccine mandate. That got shot down in flames in the Supreme Court. Thank God. And now Biden's giving out free crack pipes to black people to advance racial equity. Jesus Christ. Because that's what Dr. Martin Luther King wanted. He had a dream that one day black people would be issued free crack pipes by the government. And then and only then would we finally have healed the wound